It's Zoe from Zealand Zen, and I am warming up on the stat bike to get ready to do my 7 primal movements for fitness series. And today I'll be showing you one of them. The 7 primal movements are squat, lunge, push, pull, gate, rotate, and bend. And each of those are really key movements in any fitness program and in any functional lifestyle. As we go through each day, we're going to be doing all of those things. So first I want you to make sure 5 to 7 minutes warm up in a low impact manner. Also make sure that you have your doctor's clearance to go ahead and start any kind of workout program. So make sure that you're physically able and comfortable to do that. And I think that's it. I will meet you with the first exercise shortly. Hi, it's me again, Zoe at Zealand Zen, and on to another primal movement to explore. This one is the push key exercise, and again, we don't realize that we do it quite frequently throughout the day. Pushing something away from us, pushing open a door, pushing a box across the floor, pushing someone away from us. A lot of times that we use this type of motion, and if you think of sport like football or something, they're often pushing as well in quite unstable situations, or maybe with one side and not the other. So a very important functional movement that we use day to day. The standard push-up is actually starting from a place of greater challenge than what most people are feeling comfortable with. I will demo this first off, but I will show you some variations to work into it. So key thing, or the key muscle groups that you're going to be working with here include the chest, and also of course the shoulders and the triceps, and you're going to deal with some mobility through the shoulder girdle, and also all the core stability muscles, because in order to remain in the plank position that the push-up happens, you do need that stability. Okay, so basic push-up. So have yourself on a mat, and your hands a little bit wider than shoulder, and you want to keep your elbows a little bit closer to your side. So you don't want them to splay, you want to keep them out to the side. So there's variations of leaving your knees on the ground, and I'll speak to that in a moment, but I'm just going to demo with the feet up. So what's important here is that my body stays in line. So as I drop down and come up, it stays in one rock solid line. My hips don't drop, my hips don't go up in the air. It's one solid movement. So still working on push-up here. A lot of classes, yoga vinyasa classes in particular, make the option if a full push-up coming from here and then back up again is not appropriate for your body, to drop down on the knees and then come in through this place. So it just takes a little bit of the load off, which is great, and it works for in a vinyasa type situation. But if you want to progress your strength, you're going to have to move away from this. And also sometimes even from your knees is a challenging place for some people to start. So where else can you go? So my suggestion would be to stand up and go to the wall, or go to a set of steps and work from there. So I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to face the wall. Just place my hands against the wall, and then same thing again. Drop myself down and back. And I have my fingers tented here. You don't have to if you're comfortable otherwise. So same thing. And that might be an easier place to start. Okay? And then another option I'll show you in a moment. So as mentioned, a great way to progress your push-up, if you're not ready to do it right from the ground to start, go with the wall, and then you can get a set of steps to work with. Start with a higher step, move back into that strong plank position, really strong body, and same thing, lower your chest towards the ground and then back up. And as you progress, you can go down the steps. So same thing, strong long body, coming down and back up. And keep your progression going, getting a little bit harder as we go. Yeah, there we go. Some more push-up variations. I call this the Spider-Man. So we're going to drop down, come up, Bring our knee to our elbow, come back down, drop back down, up, other knee to other elbow, and continuing from side to side. This push-up variation is kind of a little bit of fun. You can use a bosu, and it actually comes from the knees, this one. Okay, so both hand on the bosu, one hand on the other, and we want to use a little bit of explosive power here. So down, and then come up, come up, come up. There you go. Another fun push-up variation that I like doing is with a medicine ball, and it does require a little bit more action. So we're still coming down, one arm's higher, one arm's lower. We're moving the ball from one side to the other, back down. So you might have noticed for the push-up variations, to start with, to make things a little easier to build your strength, we used an incline by bringing our body up, either going against the wall or against a pair of steps. If you want to make it more challenging, you want to raise your back end instead of your front end. So here I'm going to put my feet up on a stool and come up into that nice good plank position, and then drop down from here and come up. And again, same thing. There you go. Another couple of push-up variations, this time using a TRX, or I think they call this Jungle Gym, the one I have. So I've got it rigged up, so one in each hand, and they're fairly low to the ground. So how low down to the ground is gonna, the closer down to the ground you are, the more challenging it's gonna be. So we start in our familiar plank position, arms nice and long and strong, drop our chest down, and push back up. There you go. Another way to do this, and remember this is increasing difficulty here, is we're going to put our feet in. So a little bit of monkey business here. So our feet go into it, and the same thing again. So the feet come up, long, strong plank position, and the same thing again. Lower, yeah, and power up. There you go, 2 variations using TRX.